Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the University of Calgary and to the Presidential Installation Ceremony. Please take your seats and silence all electronic devices. Please direct your attention to the screens.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is not just an idea or a dream.
It's the promise of a new day and a better world. Tomorrow belongs to the changemakers and the risk takers, the passionate, the daring, and the bold.
This is our tomorrow. All of us, together.
This is where and how we live, shaped by our community, our neighbors, our friends, and our rivals.
Shaped by those who challenge us to think bigger, move faster, and achieve more. By those who came before us and fashioned this university from sheer determination.
We're pioneers at heart, innovators by necessity, and community builders because, well, we're from Calgary, where that legendary can-do spirit has blossomed into a will-do commitment.
And like Calgary, this university attracts people from around the world with ambitious dreams and the courage to fulfill them.
We educate students to become community builders. We conduct research that changes the world. And we enhance the intellectual, social, and cultural landscape of our region.
It's true. Our campuses draw disruptors, instigators, and challengers of convention. Those who seek and share answers to society's greatest challenges. Because tomorrow demands global attention to challenges we can only begin to imagine.
A tomorrow our students are preparing for now, and our researchers are striving to understand.
A tomorrow we're ready to face, fueled by the energy and passion of our students, postdoctoral scholars, faculty, staff, alumni, donors, and cherished friends.
By discovering and creating new ideas that have a meaningful impact on the world around us, we can improve our world and deliver the promise of a new tomorrow together.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processions. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the vice-regal salute. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, car ton bras s'est porté des pays, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land
Please remain standing for the University of Calgary Honor Song.
Hey,
I declare the installation assembled. Please be seated. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Deborah Yedlin, and I'm Chancellor of the University of Calgary. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the installation of Dr. Ed McCauley as the 9th President and Vice-Chancellor of the University of Calgary. Before we begin, I'd like to start by mentioning that in case of a fire or emergency, please evacuate the building immediately through the main doors and gather at the atrium in Kinesiology B and wait for instruction from campus security or the fire department. Acknowledging our history and traditional lands is an important step towards reconciliation with Indigenous peoples. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional territories of the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, which includes the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, as well as the Tsuut'ina First Nation and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley First Nations. The City of Calgary is also home to Métis Nation of Alberta, Region 3. And I would also like to note that the University of Calgary is situated on land adjacent to where the Bow River meets the Elbow River, and that the traditional Blackfoot name of this place is Mohkinstsis, which we now call the City of Calgary. I'd like to welcome Her Honor, the Honorable Lois E. Mitchell, Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, and His Honor, Honorary Colonel Retired Douglas Mitchell. Welcome also to the Chair of the University's Board of Governors, Jill Wyatt, President of the Alumni Association Board, Vern Kimball, and today's guest of honor, President Ed McCauley. Welcome also to members of our Board of Governors, members of the Alumni Board of Governors, and members of the University of Calgary Senate. And a warm welcome to members of our senior leadership team, Sagar Gruwal, Students' Union President, Britt Paris, Graduate Students Association President, other executive members of our Students' Union and Graduate Students Association, as well as members of our Emeriti Association. I'd also like to recognize the Honorable Doug Black, Canadian Senator and past Board of Governors Chair, past Board of Governors Chair and honorary degree recipients Richard Haskayne and Bonnie DuPont, Brian Norford, Chancellor Emeritus, Anne McKeag, Chancellor Emerita, Joanne Cuthbertson, Chancellor Emerita, Terence White, President Emeritus, and the honorary degree recipients with us today, Richard Guy, Jenny Belsberg, Charlie Fisher, David Workland, Connie Hunt, and Kim Sturgis, and an important welcome to a special friend of the university, Derek Hunter, and to Paul Davidson, President of Universities Canada, as well as presidents and representatives from a number of post-secondary institutions across the province and across the country. And also a warm welcome to all of you, our community leaders and friends of the university who have joined us today, along with our students, faculty, staff, and volunteers. Dr. McCauley became the president of the University of Calgary on January 1st, and today we're making it official. Let me start by telling you a little bit about Dr. McCauley. He is an internationally recognized scholar who has dedicated 30 years to growing his career at the University of Calgary. He is a leader and a champion of our university with an exceptional track record of building excellence in student experience, research and innovation, and collaborative partnerships. He also played a key role in developing the vision for the University Research Park and the development of the Life Sciences Innovation Hub, a place where university-led research will be proven, scaled, and commercialized for the benefit of all Canadians. This is truly an historic moment for the University of Calgary, and today's installation is an important reminder of the vital contribution UCalgary makes to the City of Calgary. Strong research institutions play important roles in the economic growth of cities in which they are based. They are ecosystems unto themselves and within the local landscape. Let me explain. An ecosystem is defined as a biological community of interacting organisms and their physical environment. That describes a university, from the petri dish to the students, faculty, and staff. But that definition can be applied to the interaction of a university within a region or local community. Today, UCalgary is part of the immediate ecosystem, a critical element supporting the City of Calgary today and where it aspires to go in the future. A recent study by the London School of Economics showed universities are significant contributors to economic and social progress around the world, not just because they educate, discover, and innovate, but because they contribute to the stability of our society, ensuring tolerance, fostering community, and providing a safe place for the respectful exchange of ideas, important qualities that underpin our democratic institutions. The University of Calgary has evolved alongside the City of Calgary over the last 5 decades, and we are thankful for the entrepreneurial vision and hard work of the Calgary community and our university family of students, faculty, staff, alumni, and volunteers. We wouldn't be here today without you. The future will call for new ideas, technologies, skills, perspectives, concepts, and ways of teaching and learning. Our role is to prepare the students of today for the world of tomorrow, to equip them with the hard skills and the soft skills by integrating curricula across disciplines, taking seriously the STEAM acronym, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, opening new doors, eliminating barriers, and leading to constructive solutions to complex problems. The future needs a university that will fearlessly tackle humanity's most pressing and emerging issues, a university that effectively balances the short, medium, and long-term demands of society's challenges, whether it's addressing the need to increase capacity for software engineering or focusing on basic research aimed at finding answers to complex problems. As John F. Kennedy said, the goal of education is the advancement of knowledge and the dissemination of truth. Under Dr. McCauley's leadership, the UCalgary ecosystem will continue to flourish, setting a new standards for post-secondary education in this country, preparing the students of today for the world of tomorrow, and for stewarding research excellence that has impact. I would now like to introduce Jill Wyatt, Chair of the University's Board of Governors, to come forward for the installation.
Good afternoon, everyone. In November of last year, I had the privilege of announcing our new President and Vice-Chancellor on exactly this same date, November 8th, just a few months ago. I'm very proud to be able to be here today and introduce to you Dr. Ed McCauley. The selection process followed a rigorous national and international search that began earlier in 2018 and was led by a presidential search committee. The committee was comprised of board members, students, faculty, staff, and alumni representatives. The search process included input from the campus at large and the broader community on the attributes of the next president and the university's priorities for the future. In the end, the committee was delighted to find that among the many highly qualified candidates for this position, the best candidate was one of our own. Someone who has invested so much in the University of Calgary and given so much to the University of Calgary, Dr. Ed McCauley. Dr. Ed McCauley is an inspirational leader who truly embodies the special energy of our university and our city. He has a great passion for our university, for our students, for our community at large, and he will continue the momentum and the success of the University of Calgary and our Eyes High strategy on the national and international stage. Dr. McCauley is one of the world's foremost researchers in population ecology. Additionally, he is a fellow of the Royal Society of Canada, a former Tier 1 Canada Research Chair, and he has held 6 international visiting chairs and distinguished professorships. After serving as a professor in the Department of Biological Sciences at U Calgary from 1985 to 2009, he spent 2 years at the University of California, Santa Barbara, as professor and director of the National Center for Ecological Analysis and Synthesis, before returning to Calgary and to U Calgary in 2011 as Vice President Research. As the Vice President Research, Dr. McCauley tirelessly and passionately championed interdisciplinary collaboration. He engaged students, faculty, staff, alumni, community partners, and supporters in an effort to tackle the world's most pressing social challenges. He has been a member of many boards, among them the board of MyTax and Triumph, the Pacific Institute for Mathematical Sciences, and Compute Canada. Most recently, Dr. McCauley served on the Leadership Council for Digital Research Infrastructure and the Research Council for the Canadian Institute of Advanced Research. Dr. McCauley earned his Bachelor of Science and his Master of Science from the University of Ottawa, and he earned his PhD from McGill University and was a postdoctoral fellow at the University of California, Santa Barbara. He has proven himself as a skilled leader in the world of academia and beyond. Dr. McCauley is the right person to lead our university forward on our path towards excellence, and he has already begun to do so. I am very optimistic about the future of our great institution with Dr. McCauley at the helm. I would now like to ask Dr. Ed McCauley, Her Honor, the Honorable Lois Mitchell, Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, and Chancellor Yedlin to please rise.
Just give us a sheet. If you say anymore. Okay.
Do you, Edward McCauley, swear that you will, to the best of your skill and ability, truly and faithfully carry out the duties and the powers of the President and Vice-Chancellor of the University of Calgary?
Eminent Chancellor, Edward McCauley has now sworn to accept the duties and responsibilities of the office of President and Vice-Chancellor of this university, and I ask you duly to install him in this office.
At the request of the Board of Governors and as Chancellor of the University of Calgary, I hereby install you as President and Vice-Chancellor of the University of Calgary with all the powers and responsibilities pertaining to that office. I would now ask the university's Provost and Vice President Academic, Dr. Drew Marshall, and the university's Registrar, Ms. Angelique Savechko, to come forward and invest President McCauley with the robes of his office. Please rise and join me in congratulating President Ed McCauley.
Your Honor, Eminent Chancellor, President McCauley, distinguished guests, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alan Bell. I'm a composer and professor of music here at the University of Calgary. It is my great pleasure to welcome a group of remarkable musicians from music in the School of Creative and Performing Arts who are going to perform a piece in tribute to President McCauley to this remarkable occasion. Music begins where words fail us. In constructing this piece, I wove Ed McCauley into its very fabric. First of all, I performed soggetto cavato on him. It sounds a lot ruder than it is. I extracted from his name 4 musical pitches, E, D, C, and A, and only 4 because I'm told that biologists only needed 4 amino acids. As well as taking the rhythm of his name, Ed McCauley, and putting it into the first phrase. So that is the first thing that you will hear. Second, because President McCauley has a special love for jazz, I have put 2 sections where my distinguished colleague, Jeremy Brown, will be improvising. He is perhaps one of Canada's preeminent classical and jazz saxophonists. So you will know that the improvisation is taking place when the magic enters the room. Third, I have tried to humbly capture the man in the sense of the indefatigable energy and the incomparable integrity that we've all come to know and respect. So the title is Taking the High Road. As he becomes president, probably the toughest job at this university, we know exactly that that's the road that Ed McCauley will be taking. So President McCauley, On behalf of my colleagues in music, in the School of Creative and Performing Arts, and in the Faculty of Arts, Ed, this one's for you.
Music transports us to many different places, and what a wonderful treat to hear that wonderful music at this occasion on a sunny Monday afternoon. We now have the pleasure of hearing from a number of officials bringing greetings to our new president, and I would like now to invite Her Honor, the Honorable Lois E. Mitchell, Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, to deliver her greetings.
A very good afternoon to you all. I do have to say that when I watched this procession come in here, I don't think that all these wonderful, I have to tell you, speed skating events I've been up here, I don't think I've ever seen anything as colorful as you amazing people coming in here. I really mean it was quite heartening, and I want to congratulate the university because, you know, this isn't usual to have it in the Oval. So don't you think they showed great flexibility in making that change? I think we should give everybody a clap, you all. Yeah. I really don't have to say any more about being on Treaty 7 land. Ed did such a good job of that. So I'm going to talk about the wonderful man that we're honoring today. And I have to tell you that he is wonderful. Yes, he is. I do think he might be getting a swelled head, though. I do think that, Ed. I have to tell you that. Over the years, I've had the great pleasure of working with Ed, and I have to see how his mind I have to watch his mind working. I have to tell you that, especially when we served together on the board of MyTax. First of all, I have the utmost respect for the scientific knowledge and credentials that he brings to the table. His abilities, as you've heard twice already, they're world class. That goes without saying. Ed is the kind of leader who is humble. I want you to know that. And he lets his work speak for himself. I really mean that. The second thing that I appreciate is Ed's approach to innovation. He doesn't create change for its own sake. It's really, I have to say, fitting that the theme of this wonderful ceremony is anchored around impact. That's what it's all about. I believe Ed has had an impact on all of us here. From his colleagues and students at the university and the citizens of Calgary, we have benefited from Ed's research and his work. He's driven to consider new ways of doing things because he wants something better for all of us. I remember seeing the impact that Ed had firsthand when he took us on a tour as the project leader of the Pine Creek Water Treatment Center. That was a unique collaboration between the City of Calgary and the university. The third gift that Ed has to offer, and as Deborah's mentioned, is the understanding of the power of partnerships. Perhaps it is his background in ecology, and of course I learned that really that's a branch of biology. I want you to know I learned a lot of things studying about ecology, just so you know that. I want you to know that I do feel that that's part of what makes him able to see and appreciate the interconnected nature of our whole world. I'm sure that we'll continue to see the university's important community and industry connections to continue to grow under his leadership, along with the real-world benefits those partnerships create, reflected by many of the other universities that are represented here today. What an honor that is. Since our new president's area of expertise is water, I thought I'd share an old saying that encapsulates the collaborative approach that Ed has to offer and once again reflects his impact. That saying goes, individually, we are one drop. Together, we are an ocean. President McCauley, as Her Majesty the Queen's representative in Alberta, it is my pleasure to congratulate you and to wish you every success in your new role. I would also like to thank Chancellor Yedlin and your fellow senators, the Board of Governors Chair Jill Wyatt and your fellow board members, and the many executive members of the University of Calgary team, including the deans that over the years I've had a great pleasure to work with. Thank you all for your ongoing service to this great institution. I've always been very proud of our university, and I know that we will continue to do great things together in the years to come. So Ed, open the floodgates, as we want to be part of your ocean. Thank you.
Thank you, Her Honor. I would like to invite Vern Kimball, President of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, to the stage.
Thank you, Chancellor Yedlin, Dr. McCauley, honored guests, fellow alumni, and members of the University of Calgary community. On behalf of the more than 180,000 Calgary alumni, most of whom have stayed here in Calgary, I am delighted to express our best wishes to you, Ed, for an exciting and productive tenure as President and Vice-Chancellor. We know that with 30-plus years at the University of Calgary, your energy and enthusiasm have already touched the lives of many alumni. as caregivers, scientists, performers, teachers, engineers, lawyers, business and community leaders, wherever life has taken us, alumni the world over look forward to your leadership. We are keen to help you and the university pursue excellence in research and in hands-on learning, and as you have said on many other occasions, in creating new fields of knowledge. You're our Captain Kirk. We wish you well. Please let us know how we can help. Thank you.
Thanks, Vern. I'd now like to invite Sagar Grewal, President of the Students' Union, to provide greetings on behalf of the SU. Sagar.
Thank you, Chancellor Yedlin. Good afternoon. Welcome, Your Honor, Chancellor Yedlin, distinguished guests, students, and members of our campus community. It is an honor to be here today, gathered at the University of Calgary, which is situated on the traditional lands of the people of the Treaty 7 region in southern Alberta, to welcome President Ed McCauley as the 9th president of this exceptional institution, the University of Calgary. As president of the Students' Union, I have the great opportunity to welcome you on behalf of my peers, the undergraduate students. Today marks a truly special occasion as we welcome the next leader of our institution. The University of Calgary is poised to continue its rise as one of the top research institutions in our nation, while developing not just graduates, but changemakers who will go on to innovate and lead in their communities. The university is armed with an aspirational eyes-high strategy which boldly pursues excellence in research and innovation, world-class teaching and learning, and seamlessly integrating our university into the greater Calgary community. A crucial aspect of this strategy remains its commitment to growing a rich student experience for each and every student, and building a vibrant campus community which is welcoming and supportive. These aspirations are ambitious. However, President McCauley's commitment to students through his first 98 days, but who's counting, has shown that he understands the importance of engaging with students on our campus, and I look forward to this continuing. President McCauley, on behalf of all undergraduate students at the University of Calgary, welcome to your role as president, and we wish you the best of luck on this journey. We can't wait to see all that you will accomplish to improve the lives of students today and for years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Sagar. It's my pleasure to invite Britt Paris, President of the Graduate Students Association, to provide greetings on behalf of the GSA.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the over 6,000 graduate students at the University of Calgary, it is truly my pleasure and honor to welcome Dr. Ed McCauley as our new President and Vice-Chancellor. I've spent the last 2 years in my role as GSA President working to make the graduate student experience the best it can be, including helping students develop positive relationships with one another and with their supervisors. I mention relationships because I know relationships are also important to Dr. McCauley. Not only is he a recognized leader in his field, he is a very well-respected graduate supervisor. I first met Dr. McCauley, Ed, 2 years ago, but I honestly don't remember not knowing him because his kindness and genuine interest in the people he meets has made it feel like I've known him much, much longer. Even in short interactions with students, Dr. McCauley takes the time to listen and get to know them, illustrating his keen interest in not only the student experience, but us as innovators and, more importantly, as people. I'm excited to welcome Ed into his role on behalf of the graduate student body because I know he cares deeply about the graduate student experience. As he leads us into the future and towards advancing innovation, inspiring entrepreneurial thinking, and bold new approaches to teaching, learning, discovery, and knowledge sharing, I know that the graduate student experience will be at the top of his mind and that the University of Calgary will become the best place to be a graduate student in Canada. Thank you.
Thank you, Britt. Presenting greetings now on behalf of the University of Calgary Faculty Association is Paul Rogers, President and Chair of the Board.
Thank you, Chancellor Yedlin. As President of the Faculty Association of the University of Calgary, I'm delighted to participate in this presidential installation ceremony and to welcome Dr. Ed McCauley into his new role on behalf of the Faculty Association and its members. The mission of all great universities is to seek truth and understanding and to disseminate knowledge, to diminish ignorance, if you will. The association represents more than 2,400 academic staff who are devoted to this mission, who commit their careers to the creation of new knowledge and understanding and to the sharing of what they learn with their peers, students, and the world. Dr. McCauley's career includes over 30 years' experience at the University of Calgary, during which time he has proven to be a highly accomplished academic, a leading scholar, and a dedicated teacher. His move into senior administration in 2011 has met with similar success. I'm confident that in his role as president, Dr. McCauley will strive to protect two things of great importance for academic staff. Firstly, the principle of academic freedom, the right of academic staff members to pursue truth and teach without deference to prescribed doctrines and free of institutional censure. Secondly, the exercise of collegial governance, the key role that academic staff play in the university's decision-making bodies and processes. The career of an academic staff member typically spans over multiple decades, during which time they will witness multiple university presidents. Dr. McCauley himself has served under 5 presidents, and I'm aware of current colleagues for whom Dr. McCauley will be their 8th president. Dr. McCauley, it is my sincere hope that for those academic staff members whose careers overlap with your time as president, once their careers are over, they judge you as being the president for whom they have the most respect. Congratulations on your appointment.
Thank you, Paul. I would now like to invite Warren Hartwell to present greetings on behalf of management and professional staff.
Thank you, Chancellor. Honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to have the opportunity to stand in front of you today as the Chair of the Executive Committee for the Management and Professional Staff here at the University of Calgary. Now we have finally moved into spring and can start to embrace the warmer weather, I'd like to extend on behalf of the management and professional staff a very warm welcome to our 9th President and Vice-Chancellor and congratulate President McCauley taking on this new role. The University of Calgary relies on over 1,100 management and professional staff to achieve its goals. Our work spans every avenue of the institution, supporting all 14 faculties and over 80 schools and research units, from operations within our Board of Governors and executive offices, to procurement, information technology, supply chain, faculty and teaching, to name but a few. Management and professional staff are a critical aspect of the University of Calgary's success. The University of Calgary has achieved so much over the last half a century, and we look forward to the next 50 years in supporting where we can and contributing to those visions and goals. The management and professional staff value the importance of regular communication we have with the President and thank him for his ongoing conversation and taking the opportunity to listen to us. We believe in the University of Calgary's vision in giving our students the opportunity to thrive in programs made rich by research, hands-on experiences, and entrepreneurial thinking. As we look to the future to be one of our top research universities in Canada, we believe in our President to lead us in getting there. And we know we are in safe hands as we move forward together to take our eyes even higher. Thank you.
Thank you, Warren. And finally, I would now like to invite Kevin Barry, Chair of the Alberta Union of Public Employees, Local 52, to provide greetings on behalf of the AUPE.
Gotta get my glasses on. I've been told time and time not to go on and on. So for your sake, I practiced all weekend in front of the mirror so that wouldn't happen for you today. Your Honor, Eminent Chancellor, I want to thank the University for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the staff, who I represent in my role as Local 52 Chair, the Alberta Union of Provincial Employees. It has been a long-standing partnership that we look forward to continuing into the future. At a university, the faculty are known as the brains of the institution that disseminate their knowledge around campus. The executive are the ones that get to make decisions in the direction we go. Ed, that will be you. The students are the energy that we utilize to do what we do every day. But the staff are the glue that hold all the pieces together to make it function as a cohesive unit. From the caretakers who clean up after us, the facilities folks who fix things after we break them, the specialist advisors who guide us when we need guidance, technicians who keep our digital world making sense, and of course the administrative staff who really know what is going on around here. With the university's high strategy, they encourage us to look up to see what we can achieve. I ask you, when you lower your eyes, say hello to those staff that are around you to help make the operations run smooth. Ed has spoken about being a university family. He's been with the university since 1985. He took a short 2-year break until he saw the error of his ways and came back to his university family. You have now been chosen to head this family, Ed. Carry it in your hands softly, and I can guarantee you it will perform above your expectations. On behalf of the staff, congratulations on being chosen the 9th President of the University of Calgary. Best of luck in your new role.
Thank you, Kevin. I now call upon the Chair of the Board of Governors, Jill Wyatt, for the presentation of written greetings from representatives of the universities and colleges across Canada.
Honored guests, we are joined today by representatives of post-secondary institutions from all across Canada who have brought with them congratulatory parchments. Their attendance today is a real testament to the significance of this appointment and to their respect for our new president. So thank you, each and every one of you, for being here. Please rise to be recognized as I call each of your names. From the University of Alberta, President and Vice-Chancellor David Turpin. From McGill University, President and Vice-Chancellor Suzanne Fortier. Representing the University of Toronto, Melinda Park. From Queen's University, President and Vice-Chancellor Daniel Wolfe. From the University of Ottawa, President and Vice-Chancellor Jacques Frémont. From Western University, Vice President Research John Capone. From Mount Royal University, President David Doherty. From the University of Lethbridge, President and Vice-Chancellor Michael Mann. From Athabasca University, President Neil Facina. From Ryerson University, Vice President Research and Innovation, Stephen List. From MacEwan University, President and Vice-Chancellor Deborah Saucier. From Simon Fraser University, Associate Vice President, External Relations, Sabana Jaya Madhavan. From Alberta University of the Arts, President and CEO Daniel Dawes. From Ambrose University, Vice President of Academic Affairs Pamela Nordstrom. From Bow Valley College, President and CEO Laura Jo Gunter. From Lethbridge College, President and CEO Paula Burns. From Medicine Hat College, Dean of Science and Health Elizabeth Penfather O'Brien. And from Universities Canada, President Paul Davidson. We've also received a number of congratulatory parchments and letters from people who were not able to be here today from other institutions, and those are displayed at our area for the reception, this afternoon, so please take a look at those. Thank you all for your attendance here today and for all of the institutions who provided greetings to President McCauley on this historic occasion for the University of Calgary. We are very grateful. Our next performance is going to be given to us by Tosh Hayashi, who will be playing Boleros by Juan Maneo. Flamenco guitar is a personal favorite of President McCauley. You may have noticed that the music points to him very sharply today. Based in Calgary since 2011, Tosh Hayashi has been performing in flamenco productions across Western Canada for almost 2 decades. He is a sought-after guitarist for his accompaniment of dance and vocals, and increasingly as a soloist. Tosh has also studied extensively in the famed flamenco town of Jerez de la Frontera, Spain. Please welcome Tosh Hayashi.
Thank you, Tosh, for that beautiful piece of music and for your performance this afternoon. It is my honor now to invite the 9th President and Vice-Chancellor of the University of Calgary, Dr. Ed McCauley, to come forward to deliver his inaugural address. Dr. McCauley.
Thank you, Chancellor Yedlin. It is an incredible honor to stand in front of you as the 9th President and Vice-Chancellor of the University of Calgary. Alan, nothing I'm going to say in my speech is going to be inspirational, given the composition and the performance by you and Jeremy. I really appreciate it. We have in Alan a Juno Award-winning musician at the University of Calgary and a friend and a colleague. Take a look around you. Some people in the room probably think it's kind of an odd location to have the installation of a president. But from my perspective, it is actually perfect. Over there is where Katrina Lemay-Doan set 11 of her 13 world championship records and trained to win 3 Olympic gold medals, not to mention the tremendous accomplishments of Cindy Clausen and Clara Hughes. Over there is where hockey greats Hayley Wickenheiser and Danielle Goyette put Canadian women's hockey on the international stage. Over there is where Marc Gagnon and Eric Bedard wowed the world in short track speed skating and the incredible frenetic ballet that is short track team competition. During World Cup competitions, the Dutch community is over there, dressed out in orange. The Germans are there with their bells. USA is there in red, white, and blue. South Korea, China, Japan, and of course, a great crowd of Canadians cheering on their elite athletes, punctuated by the sound of clap skates. This is the fastest ice in the world. This is a destination of choice for elite athletes. But on any given day, this is also a place where a young child takes their first step on skates under the watchful eyes of their parents. And it's also where 2,000 of our alumni come every year to skate with Santa. So this is an elite place, but it's also a place that is open and accessible to all, a venue that's open and accessible to all. This venue represents excellence in individual performance, team collaboration, competition on the world stage, and a deep connection with our local and global communities. These are features which I think represent one of the best places to have the installation of the President of the University of Calgary. I want to acknowledge, quite quickly, the support of the teams that are putting this together in this venue. Another reason why we are here is because of the fact that we hosted last week the Calgary Youth Science Fair, which brings together over 1,000 young, talented Calgarians to compete on truly inspirational projects. Ariana Gosh is in the audience. Ariana, could you please stand for me, please? He's right back there. Ariana is the 2018 champion of the Calgary Youth Science Fair. He is only in grade 9. His aspirations are to become a surgeon in the Canadian military service. He's won Calgary Awards. He was also won the National Gold Medal of Excellence in 2018 at the National Youth Science Fair competition. Oh, and by the way, he's also conducting now, when he's in grade 9, collaborative research with Dr. Roy in the Cummings School of Medicine. Ariano, congratulations. Thank you. The Calgary Youth Science Fair brings together these incredible students. And I spoke to them last week, and in previous years I was actually a judge at the Youth Science Fair. And it is amazing the projects that they bring forward. The interesting ideas, the ingenuity, the innovation that these students have just speaks to the incredible talent that we have at the University of Calgary. I think in bringing the greetings from my colleagues from across the country, I really, really appreciate those greetings. It is amazing to me that we are coming together as a post-secondary ecosystem to support those incredible, incredible bright lives of our students in Calgary. We collectively need to support the path of those students no matter what path they take in life, and also our citizens in our respective jurisdictions. So thank you very much to the people that are here bringing greetings. Another reason why we're here is because of the fact that our Jack Simpson Gymnasium is being renovated to support our athletic programs and our incredible Dino teams who perform on the national stage and perform excellently on the national stage almost every day. We have taken the legacy, in part, of the 80 Olympics, plus a tremendous support from our university, and we have built in the Faculty of Kinesiology the #1 sports science school in North America. And #7 in the world. So think of that, #7 in the world. The presidents and the principals on the stage right now realize that I have just doomed this talk because I've called out one of our faculty. I've got 13 more to go, so stay tuned and keep count. Drew, can I have this? Thank you. Thanks, George. I think it's fair to say that in 2019 has brought with it a heightened sense of uncertainty and heightened levels of anxiety in the world around us. Not in the least because the world is somehow being led by 280-character policy tweets being sent from a golf resort early in the morning. How will the global forces we see operate and combine to influence our future and the future well-being of our societies? How will these forces combine? How will both local and global forces at play come together to influence our future and our well-being? With this uncertainty comes anxiety, because we don't know what future will unfold. Will it be a future of prosperity, respect, and harmony, or will it be a dystopian world of division, imbalance, and extinctions? The uncertainty and our heightened levels of anxiety come in part from our limitation of deep understanding of the world around us and our ability to use this understanding to actually influence events and outcomes. My major thesis today is that great research universities reduce or dispel this uncertainty and can actually influence what future we experience as a society, even though the forces are global and seemingly beyond our immediate control. Great research universities transform and improve the lives of students, our societies, and the world around us. We do so by creating new knowledge every day, by increasing our understanding of the world around us, by creating safe spaces for people to come together to solve problems and to have respectful discussions. We do so by inspiring students and by creating environments for our students to discover, to create, and to innovate. We do so by promoting belonging, by embracing the benefits of diversity, equity, and inclusion, by genuinely recognizing ideas drawn from differences in experience and background. Great research universities influence the future by creating ideas and critically evaluating them for the benefit of society and the world around us. And I believe that the University of Calgary is well on its way. We're on the cusp of becoming a truly great research university, one that provides an outstanding student experience, where our students actively engage in producing new knowledge, exploring new forms of creativity, and pursuing bold innovations, while at the same time building foundational expertise and disciplines, learning to collaborate, learning to communicate effectively, and building lifelong connections and networks. As a community, as an institution, we have an impact that goes far beyond our borders and our campuses. In a globally connected world today more than ever, the work being done here, the ideas being fostered here, our students who go out and expand the universe have far, far, far-reaching impact. And I'd like to highlight from where I stand some of these great individuals and the impact that the University of Calgary has had around the world. With you today, you should have received a handout entitled 2019 Delivering Impact. I'd like you to turn to page 3 and we will read together. No, just joking. Okay? And for those of you who are thinking about it, pages 7 to 9 will be on the exam. There will be a quiz later. Jokes aside, think about this. We've teleported a photon over 6 kilometers and opened the path for truly secure communication on the internet. We've created the first electronic chip to talk to brain cells. And we've studied the impact of hitting in youth hockey, research that has prevented thousands of concussions annually each year. Our law students work through the Public Interest Law Clinic to help individuals who face barriers to legal access. Our research in social work has made major advances to identifying youth at risk and reducing gang enrollment. And people around the world know about our incredible stroke research team at the Hotchkiss Brain Institute. They've recently developed an advanced treatment to remove clots in stroke patients. The results were so successful that the clinical trials had to be stopped because we were doing harm, not enabling access to the control and the interesting. Placebo group, thank you. Control of the placebo group were actually being harmed because they don't have access to that treatment. We've created environments where students not only receive an amazing education, but where they can also conduct their own research, develop new forms of creativity, and discover paths for innovation, learn from new experiences, and contribute meaningfully to the world around them. Strong universities empower their students to thrive in all these areas. And when we create an environment, our students are extraordinary. We have the Taylor Institute for Teaching and Learning, exploring new forms of experiential learning and rapidly diffusing these throughout our curriculum. I'd like to recognize 2 students from the Program for Undergraduate Research Experience, Emily Medlin-Marchand and Adelie Mock. Emily, could you give a wave out? I know you're in the audience. Emily, hi. Emily applied the Pure Research Award to lead innovative scholarship on the subculture of goth youth in Western Canada. She analyzed everything from literature to social media, arriving at new insights on the diversity and change within this community. Adelie's in the audience. Adelie, can you give us a shout out? Up top, up there. Adelie took the opportunity to conduct research at the Snyder Institute for Chronic Diseases to explore new ways to treat fungal infections. Conventional methods don't work often for this type of infection. So Adelie looked at advanced treatments to enhance our own immune system response instead. These 2 exceptional students are joined with many others in our university family, such as the students in our Scholars Academy, a program for undergraduates with exceptional potential leadership, designed to create leaders of tomorrow. And then we have the tremendous leadership programs in the Haskayne School of Business, promoting entrepreneurial thinking and ethical leadership. Our graduate students that Britt mentioned, over 6,000 strong, are research stars, tackling big problems and providing key insights. Our students have been incredibly successful in national competitions, including the Vanier Canada Graduate Scholarship and Killam Scholarships. Malik Mahmoud is one of our Vanier scholars. Malik, can you give a wave out? I know you're here. He is here. Anyway. Malik is one of our Vanier scholars, and he's researching the loss of sea ice in the Arctic, using a new type of Earth observation satellite to improve the way we monitor sea ice and support safe maritime operations, a subject very, very important to Canada. We're also proud to be one of just 5 Killam universities, alongside Dalhousie University, the Montreal Neurological Institute, the University of Alberta, and the University of British Columbia. Over the years, the Killam scholarships have supported excellence for about 300 of our graduate students. Malik is also a Killam laureate, alongside other exceptional scholars we have here today, like Benjamin Blythe. I had a chance to hear Benjamin share his research at the 3-minute thesis finals last week. He made the case for how much more we have to learn about Shakespeare from his early life in the town of Shoreditch, then a suburb of London. Apparently, living around alehouses and other places of entertainment provided considerable creative stimulation for a young Shakespeare. Benjamin has also won multiple teaching awards, and he's also the founder of the new Winter Shakespeare Festival coming forward. University of Calgary is tremendously fortunate to have over 500 postdoctoral scholars. This group includes our Banting Fellows, one of the most prestigious and competitive programs in Canada. We have one of these exceptional scholars here today, Amity Quinn. Amity, could you give a shout out? Hey, Amity. Amity is pulling research together in health economics, examining the effects of different service payment models for healthcare policy, something that is very, very important in many jurisdictions across Canada. Thanks, Amity. Our Banting scholars are driving such positive change in our country, and we're deeply proud to count them as part of our University of Calgary family. Needless to say, great research universities are founded on brilliant faculty and great mentors. Our academic leaders do a fantastic job, not only in their own scholarship, but as true teachers. In every meaning of the word, they inspire our students every day. I'd like to highlight just one of these outstanding individuals, Dr. Stephanie Borglin. Stephanie, where are you? Dr. Borglin, it's key to standing. Dr. Borglin is a Tier 1 Canada Research Chair in the study of eating disorders and addiction. She is also a member of the College of New Scholars, Artists, and Scientists with the Royal Society of Canada, an associate professor and an incredible role model for the next generation of innovators on our campus. Thanks, Stephanie. Other shining examples are our Killam annual professors, who have been recognized for their impact on research, teaching, and service. This year's cohort includes Drs. Keith Yates, Hudi Kwan, Warren Pierce, Harman Barkaba, Nigel Banks, and Heidi Stark, our Killam visiting scholar. I wish that I had time, and I know I'm going to get in trouble for it later, I wish I had time to recognize every award-winning faculty member we have, but truthfully, we'd be here well into tomorrow. Suffice it to say that for me, as your president, I really respect your leadership that is so essential to our students and to our community. We've taken quite a novel and bold approach at the University of Calgary in uniting our scholars to take on grand challenges around the world. And I'd like to highlight 6 of our grand challenges that we've done to illustrate how bold and dynamic we actually are. And I'd also like to highlight 2 of our strategic emerging research themes that are coming forward. There's David Park and Keith Sharkey, who have been our thought leaders for our brain and mental health strategy. These scholars developed the stroke treatment that I mentioned earlier, but they've also shown that a low-cost generic acne drug can be used to treat the early signs of multiple sclerosis, a drug that is cheaply accessible to all. And later this year, they're launching a new clinical trial to treat the symptoms of opioid withdrawal. Ian Gates and Chris Clarkson have been leading our energy innovations for today and tomorrow. This is a group of scholars who are taking on major challenges dealing with energy and the future of energy around the world, thinking about how we can apply our knowledge to move towards a low-carbon future while accessing our incredible assets that we have and the value of those assets. Dr. Paul Koobs leads Infections, Inflammation, and Chronic Diseases. They were instrumental in creating the International Microbiome Center, the largest germ-free academic facility in the world. And it has allowed us to recruit outstanding researchers like Dr. Kathy McCoy, our new director of IMC. And the program establishes Calgary as the place for microbiome research, and we're now home to the Pan-Canadian Microbiome Research Centre. Drs. Penny Peckman and Andy Katzenberg lead Human Dynamics in a Changing World. And just think of the topics that I'm referring to here. This team has improved our understanding of what it takes to build a safe, resilient, and diverse society. They've worked across faculties to advance a newcomers research network in support of our city. They've collaborated with more than 20 community partners to help youth at risk. And just last fall, they launched an incredible program, Integrated Infrastructure for Sustainable Cities. A precursor to this program is our Urban Alliance. Unfortunately, one of our best kept secrets, but we're working to change that. This is a partnership between the City of Calgary and the University of Calgary, where the city brings important research problems to the table, and we mobilize student and faculty researchers to answer these problems. We have over 120 projects ongoing with the city in all facets of city life. One of the founders of the Urban Alliance is a visionary city director, now retired. Wolf Keller, I know you're in the audience. Could Wolf please stand? Wolf, center stage. Wolf was not only instrumental in building the Urban Alliance, but also in championing Aqua, which was referred to earlier. This is a full-scale experimental wastewater treatment facility embedded in a fully functional tertiary wastewater treatment plant. This project is now being led by Lee Jackson and others here at the University of Calgary, and this will treat the new class of emerging pollutants that our environment faces because of our activity. And City of Calgary is known throughout the world for its tertiary wastewater treatment plant, treatments and its green systems. Michael Kalos is here, who leads Engineering Solutions for Health, Biomedical Engineering. These scholars lead the way in biotechnology and its application in health. They've developed key biomarkers to help detect concussions, something that's incredibly challenging. And they created a new blood test for breast cancer, a revolutionary project led by Dr. Tina Rinker. Finally, Susan Scone and Eric Donovan lead New Earth Space Technologies. This team has been involved in more than 20 space missions. In fact, almost every satellite launched by the space program has a payload developed by this university on it. This is also the team that worked with citizen scientists in an incredible effort that went around the world and all the media with BBC, New York Times, and so on, with citizen science to examine what they called STEVE, short for Strong Thermal Emission Velocity Enhancement. You can see why the acronym really, really worked well. It's a special ribbon of light that appears in a northern sky, and the project is one of many because our university is a world leader in this field. I want to mention two emerging research themes. One Health and child health and wellness. One Health, the strategy is being developed by Dr. Herman Barkema, and for child health and wellness, it's being developed by Dr. Susa Benzler. These are emerging strategic research themes where we're going to mobilize our capacity to tackle some very, very interesting problems in how agriculture, food, human health, and animal health actually intersect, and how we can promote the health and well-being of children around the world. The reason why I'm saying this is different is that each one of these strategies developed what we call a confederation of scholars, where from a bottom-up approach, we asked our faculty members to come together to develop their own strategies their own problems they wanted to work on, and come together collaboratively. They came from all parts of our campus to work together. And what I'd like to do, if possible, is to ask members of anybody, any of the faculty members or graduate students or undergraduates who have been involved in any one of our 6 strategic research themes and in our 2 emerging areas, could you please stand for me right now? And on stage. So if you look around, there's about 90 people here today. There are over 800 faculty members involved in the Confederation of Scholars model. We are not a siloed university. We are able to pull together our talent to tackle big problems on the world stage. There are no barriers to collaborations here, and I really applaud the deans of our faculties who have enabled us to come together and work on these problems. The University of Calgary is on a great trajectory. We have a bold vision, and we have terrific academic and research plans. The role and responsibility of a president is to move the ball forward, to capture the aspirations, the vision and the aspirations of the University of Calgary and the Calgary community. And I want to take this moment to acknowledge the incredible leadership and people who have got us to this point on the trajectory. In particular, I want to acknowledge my colleague, my friend, President Emerita Elizabeth Cannon, who unfortunately could not be here with us today, and her exquisite senior leadership team. And of course, President Emeritus Terry White is here. He had that role in the last decade for us. Terry? I mentioned we're on a great trajectory. We're on a journey. We have a long way to go. Our university is a wonderful environment. It has tremendous infrastructure, tremendous campuses, tremendous buildings. But our university is more than that. It is actually a community that brings together their talent to work on very, very important problems. And the community has diverse participants. Our undergraduate students, who for 4 years call the University of Calgary their home. They're here discovering, creating, innovating. And our graduate students, who are research stars, who are deeply embedded and woven in the University of Calgary experience, building their networks, reaching out around the world to establish their own careers in whatever path they're going to take. Could I please ask any undergraduate student here at the University of Calgary and graduate student at the University of Calgary to please stand and remain standing. Please stand. Britt, Sagar, undergraduates and graduate students, please stand. Please remain standing. Our postdoctoral scholars, I mentioned, our research, please remain standing. Our postdoctoral scholars are research stars. They come from around the world, bring incredible expertise, and enrich our Calgary community. Our faculty members, as we referred to earlier, are incredible. They inspire our students. They're at the cutting edge of their discipline in terms of their scholarly work. Could I please ask all of our faculty members and postdoctoral scholars here at the University of Calgary to stand and please remain standing. Our faculty members. We heard it earlier. None of this would be possible without the incredible support of our staff. These are professionals who come to work every day to create that environment so our students can do what they do best, be brilliant. Our faculty can do what they do best, discover new ideas. Could I please ask, it's the second largest workforce in the city of Calgary, by the way. Could I please ask the members of our MAPS and AUPE to please stand and remain standing. Please stand. The university is a very complex organization. We are a $1.4 billion annual operation. $1.4 billion. Scary. And those of you who know me know why I'm challenged. No. This operation, this complexity, requires considerable oversight, governance, and strategic guidance. So what I would like to do is to ask the members of our Board of Governors, members of our Chancellor, members of our Senate, our past Chancellor Emeritus, could you please stand? And past board chairs, please stand. If you can. Dick. Chancellor. Our alumni are 180,000 strong, and as we mentioned earlier, around the world. These are very, very bright. These are our ambassadors. These are the people that have come from our University of Calgary family and have achieved great things. Can I please ask our alumni who are present in the audience to please stand, or at least, I know the people are still standing, give a wave for those, including our honorary degree recipients. Please. Charlie. Please, Doug. The University of Calgary lives in a very, very, very special community. We have a community of champions. We have individuals who give us their precious advice, their strategic advice, their guidance, and they also inspire us to achieve greatness every day. They also help us in terms of the support, financial support for our students, for all some of the great work that we do here at the University of Calgary. Could I please ask our community leaders who contribute to the University of Calgary, could you please stand and be recognized? Some of you are already standing. Please stand. Our community champions. This is the University of Calgary family. This is the family that personifies excellence of individual performance, team collaboration, competition on the world stage, and a tight connection between our local and global communities. Together, we are discovering amazing things. We are having an impact based on the ideas that we're generating, testing, and disseminating around the world. Together, as a great research university, we can accomplish a lot. And from my perspective, the world needs great research universities now more than ever. Thank you very much for allowing me to join you on the journey. You should have been standing. Yes, I did.
Thank you, Dr. McCauley, for your inclusive address, your inspiring words, and we're all looking forward to our collective journey and all the places we will go with you as our 9th President and Vice-Chancellor. It also gives me great pleasure today to thank Alf Miller, our piper, Louisa Adria for singing the national anthem, Elder Rod Hunter, who performed the honor song, Alan Bell and the U Calgary Saxophone Ensemble, Tosh Hayashi, our marshals and ushers, and all of our staff and volunteers who have made this day possible. Following the ceremony and the recessional, everyone is welcome to join us for a reception to my right. The official party, followed by the platform and academic party, will be led by the 78th Fraser Highlanders Youth Squad in honor of President McCauley's Scottish heritage. I declare this installation closed. Please remain seated until the recessional is complete. Thank you for being with us this afternoon.